Hi there, Joke here from A Pocket Full of Happiness, and in this video I'm going to show you a new cover plate called Shape Sorter Background. I call it Shape Sorter because it reminds me of the Shape Sorter toy that my son had, and in fact the color scheme also comes from that because he had a wooden shape sorter with these really fun colors. So that was the whole inspiration for this card, and this is a super short video because obviously I'm not going to show you the whole entire process where I glue everything down, but basically I die cut these shapes from a bunch of scrap paper, so I did not die cut the whole panel from all these colors. So I'm just going to go through whatever color I have and then figure out where I want to add them. And I also die cut these from white. In fact, that was my test cut, so I had it left over. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the heavyweight white cardstock to add a layer to some of these pieces, so I can add some foam tape to them, and then they will have a little bit of dimension, but not all, just so that there is a bit of variation, and I find that more interesting. So this is what I'm doing here, as you can see. And the other ones I'm just going to glue down with liquid glue. And the other thing I did not mention is the panel, the craft panel that you see. It also has a layer of white die cut behind it, so it also has some dimension there. And I don't know if I mentioned that the die is 5 by 7 inches. I guess you are already used to it. I have a lot of 5 by 7 cover plates because I like that size myself. Yeah, so some of them, as you can see, I just glue down with liquid glue, and others I'm adding some foam tape too. And yeah, because the color cardstock, not all of them, but some of them are actually thinner, quite thin, especially the periwinkle, for example. That one is really quite thin, so I just prefer to add something firm. So as you can see there, I didn't have the right white die cut, so I just used the craft. You cannot see it anyway because it's under the color one. And yeah, for this, I think, actually I'm trying to think, but this I wanted to say how thick the foam tape is, but actually I don't know. It's from Spa Binders, and I think they are called foam tape strips, something along those lines. It's called strips for sure, although now I'm completely uncertain. Anyway, it has 2 sheets. It's like a small pack, but it's so sticky. I really like it. And then obviously I needed some simple sentiment because my background is already so busy. So I chose the stitched rectangle sentiments, and I'm putting it together exactly the way I explained it in other videos, but actually I did not show it, I think. So I have the white layer, and it's, well, you see that the white is glued back in the I don't know how to explain this, but you can see it. And then on top of it I layer the color die cuts because I like that dimensional look. And a friend of mine called it onlay instead of inlay, so that's what I'm doing. We call it onlay technique. Then I'm adding some foam tape, and then in the middle I'm adding that sentiment. And then I realized that maybe it would look cool if I added some enamel dots, tone on tone, sort of into, well, the circle kind of shapes. They are not perfect circles. You see that they are a bit elongated, but still I think they look good, and I could use, well, tone on tone, but then I also added some here and there on the rest of the design just to add some interest. And you see, I'm not going to show you the same card again. It's exactly the same. It's just different colors. The background is the periwinkle, my favorite. But I did the other things exactly the same way. So, yeah, I hope you like it. I thought it was really fun. And again, this is a design that you can use for any occasion. So I love doing colorful things like this. So I hope you enjoyed it as well. And thank you very much for watching. And I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.